Leadership is built in the game, not just in the classroom. So let me ask you something. How do most organizations develop leaders? Through workshops, through presentations, through leadership theories, right? Now imagine this instead. You are asked to run a company. You make decisions. The market reacts. You either win or fail, and then you do it all over again better. That exactly how RPG group approached leadership development. So a few years ago, RPG group wanted to build stronger leaders across the organization. But instead of asking, what should we teach? They asked a more powerful question. What capabilities do leaders actually need in real business situations? From this, they identified seven key leadership competencies. And instead of teaching them through slides, they designed a stimulation based leadership experience. So today's episode is all about understanding RPG model of leadership development and their seven key leadership competencies. Hi and hello and welcome everyone to this lead series episode 21. So what did RPG group did? They have they have divided the participants into teams. Each team was given a virtual company to run. Now, this is what a game for fun. This was serious business stimulation. Teams had to make decisions on pricing, investments, operations, strategy, market positioning, and everything. And here is the twist every decision had consequences. If you made a wrong call, profits dropped. If you missed customer expectations, market share declined. If your strategy was strong, your company will grow. So, quarter after quarter, teams experienced the real impact of their decisions. They didn't just learn leadership, they lived it. So, through this experience, RPG focused on building seven critical competencies. So, let's break them down in a very simple way. The first competency that they have identified is team management. Could you align your team, handle disagreements, make decisions together? Because leadership is not just a solo journey. So, the first competency is team management. The second competency is creativity and innovation. Did you play safe or did you try something new? Because innovation often separates leaders from followers. And this is the second competency that they have developed creativity and innovation. The third competency is customer centricity. Did your decisions truly serve the customer or were they just internally focused? Because in business, the customer decides your success. So our focus should be always on the customer. So the third competency identified is customer centricity. The fourth key competency is process orientation. Were your decisions structured or scalable? Or they are reactive and inconsistent? So great leaders always build systems, not they will not just focus on quick fix, right? So process is what wins you the results. So the fourth key competency identified is process orientation. And once think colleagues, once the process orientation focus is there, automatically the results will also follow. So the fifth key competency is result orientation. Did your strategy translate into outcomes? Because effort without results is not leadership. So at the end of the day, results is what matters to all. So the fifth key competency is result orientation. The sixth competency is business acumen. Did you understand how finance, operations, and strategy are internally connected with each other? Or were you thinking in silos? Leaders must always see the big picture. They need to always focus on the long term goals of the organization instead of the short-term success. The leader should have a clear understanding on how interdepartments collaborate and connected. So that is where business acumen plays a very important role, and that is our sixth key competence. And the last competency that is identified is transparency. Were your decisions ethical? Were you open with your team? The trust is the foundation of leadership. So always have transparency in whatever the decisions that you make. Have transparency and open conversation with your teams. That is where trust is built, and that is the foundation of the leadership success. So here is the powerful takeaway. Leadership is not developed by knowing more. It is developed by making decisions, facing consequences, and learning from them. The RPG model works because it compresses years of experience in short time. It creates a loop of action, outcome, reflection, and improvement. And that is where the real growth happens. Think about your own role. Are you mostly attending meetings, following instructions, or are you making decisions, taking ownership, and learning from the outcomes? Because leadership always begins the moment you start owning the outcomes. So this week, try to take ownership. Pick one challenge and treat it like you are running your own business. Number two, think like a leader. Before making the decision, ask yourself what will be the impact of this decision. And number three, reflect on a daily basis. At the end of the day, ask yourself what worked and what did not work. What will I do differently tomorrow? This will help you a lot, colleagues. Always remember, leadership is not built in comfort, it is built in decisions, uncertainty, and accountability. The RPG model reminds us you don't become a leader by learning about leadership, you become a leader by practicing it. So, if this episode added value, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel because every week we decode leadership in a way that is simple, practical, and real. See you next Saturday with episode number 22.